The new kid at work! Damn you!
It's safe to say that 2024 has been a banner year for anime. From groundbreaking new series to fan-favorite returns, this year's shows have taken the world by storm with moments that demand your full attention. Join us at Animeology as we take a deep dive into the best anime recommendations of 2024 so far. Be it cravings for edge-of-your-seat battles, emotional roller coasters, or something entirely unique, we've got you covered. Number 10, Ninja Kamii. Killing the family of a retired ninja is a surefire way to doom, but some thugs just don't get it. Kamii, the once lethal assassin known as Joe Keegan, had settled into a peaceful life with his wife and son in rural America. Unfortunately, assassins from his former ninja clan track him down, slaughtering his family in a brutal ambush. Joe, left for dead, miraculously survives and is consumed by a burning desire for revenge. He reclaims his old identity as Kamii, setting out on a violent mission to destroy the organization that betrayed him. After the assassination of his family, Joe shows his extraordinary ninja prowess by defeating a wave of elite enemies. As he revisits the world of organized crime, he takes on fellow ninjas, killing his adversaries with ruthless precision. Along this path, he confronts not only the ninja's sense of finish him, but also the hidden ties between his past and a mysterious corporation tied to his clan's activities. Throughout the series, Kamii's violent path becomes a reflection on the inescapable nature of his former life as a deadly warrior. With the FBI on his tail and more powerful enemies lurking in the shadows, Kamii must now live again in a treacherous world of betrayal and murder, all while grappling with his moral compass and his thirst for revenge. Number 9, Go-Go Loser Ranger. One of the villains were weaker than the heroes. Now, what if they were so weak even a toddler could beat them? This is the absurd yet intriguing setup here, where the balance of power between heroes and villains is hilariously off-kilter. The Divine Dragon Keepers, Earth's protectors, are so overwhelmingly powerful that the so-called Kaijin, a group of villainous foot soldiers, exist solely to be defeated over and over again in staged battles that entertain the public. These Kaijin, with their regenerative powers, are stuck in a cycle of endless, humiliating losses, ensuring that the hero's reputation stay intact. But one Kaijin, Fighter D, is fed up with this rigged system. Tired of playing the part of the perpetual loser, he decides to flip the script. Instead of accepting his fate as cannon fodder, D plans to infiltrate the Dragon Keepers and dismantle their heroic facade from within. As he learns their dark secrets, he realizes that the heroes are not the paragons of virtue they seem to be, self-serving and egotistical. Their righteousness is just a well-rehearsed performance for the masses.
Come on, that's a meatball! Home run!
Number 8, Delicious in Dungeon.
Stand fast. This dragon should be no problem for us. Get him!
Okay, get this. You need to save your cousin Fallen from the depths of the dungeon you abandoned her in. You have a ragtag bunch of barely capable members willing to go with you, but you, along with them, have a talent for being broke. Forget resources and weapons, you can't even acquire food. That's the dilemma Laios and his crew face. After Fallen is devoured by a red dragon, Laos and his party must venture back into the dangerous dungeon to rescue her before she's digested. The catch? They've lost everything, including their supplies, and are too broke to even buy basic provisions. What's the solution? Beat the monsters, of course. From slimes to basilisks, every terrifying creature becomes a potential dinner as they learn to survive by cooking whatever they can hunt. With the help of Senshi, a dwarf chef with a passion for culinary combat, Laos's team transforms their dungeon crawl into a gastronomic adventure. Along the way, they must balance survival with some very questionable monster recipes as they face both physical and culinary challenges. Number 7. Solo leveling.
I'm not done yet!
Okay, drop your ego. You're weak. In fact, you're the weakest hunter in the world, and barely surviving is the best you can do. That's the harsh truth Sung Jin-woo faces every day. As an E-rank hunter, he's stuck at the bottom, barely able to scrape through the simplest missions. But when a dungeon raid goes catastrophically wrong, Jin-woo is given a rare second chance. Instead of dying, he's bestowed with a unique system that allows him to level up like a character in a video game. With this newfound ability, Jin-woo goes from being the weakest hunter to the most powerful, gaining strength, skills, and commanding an army of shadow soldiers, all while keeping his new power secret. As he navigates increasingly dangerous dungeons, facing monsters and rival hunters alike, Jin-woo's try-hard nature transforms him into a figure of immense power. But with that power comes even greater threats. The world around him changes as his strength grows, pushing him to confront not just physical enemies, but the mysterious forces that control the world itself.
Too shallow! Step deeper!
Number 6. Windbreaker. Sometimes it's a wise decision to lay back and let your comrades finish a job. But what if you're alone? Who can you rely on? Arriving at Furin High, a notorious delinquent school, Haruka Sakura initially believes that his path to power will be a solo endeavor, relying only on his fists to rise to the top. However, Furin isn't your typical school of troublemakers. It's a place where students defend their town, not tear it apart.
But you've got to hear me on this.
It's on us.
To protect the town.
Surrounded by peers who value teamwork and community, Sakura begins to realize that there's more to strength than just physical power. At first, Sakura is isolated, dismissive of others, and haunted by his past. But as he learns about Furin's true purpose, protecting Makochi City from gangs, he starts to understand the importance of relying on others. Characters like the charismatic leader Umemiya show him that real power comes not just from fighting alone, but from trusting and supporting your comrades. But when Sakura is truly alone, he's forced to reckon with the truth. Sometimes, strength is about more than fists, and even the toughest fighters need to rely on their friends.
What's it matter if I'm alone?
Number 5. The Elusive Samurai.
I can't hit him!
Toyy Yuki Hojo is a whole new breed of slippery. Being the young heir of the Hojo clan, finds himself betrayed and left with nothing after his family is overthrown by Ashikaga Takauji. But while most samurai are trained for battle and death on the battlefield, Toyy Yuki is different. His greatest skill isn't fighting, but fleeing. Known for his unmatched ability to dodge, escape, and hide, Toyy Yuki uses his cunning and agility to survive against overwhelming odds. Set in 14th century Japan during the fall of the Kamakura shogunate, the story follows Toyy Yuki as he gathers allies to reclaim his family's power and avenge their downfall. However, his journey is far from a traditional samurai tale of bravery and battle. Instead, Toyy Yuki leans on his unique talents of evasion, coupled with the guidance of Suwa Yorishige, a mystic priest who believes Toyy Yuki is destined to rule. Together, they plot to outwit far more powerful enemies, turning stealth and subterfuge into Toyy Yuki's greatest weapons.
There's no hope. I'm going to die. I'll lose too much blood before I manage to kill this kid. It's useless.
Number 4. Kaiju number 8.
Number 6! 8!
Who said only youngsters can have all the anime glory? We can have some later bloomers too, like Kafka, a 32-year-old man stuck in a dead-end job as a monster sweeper. He once dreamed of joining Japan's defense force to fight the kaiju, massive Godzilla-like monsters that regularly terrorize the world. However, after multiple failed attempts to join the elite forces, Kafka has resigned himself to cleaning up the aftermath instead of being part of the action. That is, until fate takes a monstrous turn. After being infected by a parasitic kaiju, Kafka transforms into a humanoid monster, Kaiju number 8. With his new powers, Kafka sees a chance to finally fulfill his dream of joining the defense force. But there's a twist. While he now has the strength to fight the kaiju, he must also keep his monster's identity a secret from his allies. Now fighting alongside his childhood friend Mina, a defense force captain, Kafka has to keep his identity a secret, look good in that dated body, and protect his comrade from dangers unknown.
Now it's my turn!
Number 3. Suicide Squad Isekai. It's time to revisit Gotham City. Joker is still running rampant, but this time, he's not terrorizing the streets you're used to. Why? Because his Harley Quinn, along with Deadshot, Peacemaker, Clayface, and King Shark are thrown into a fantasy world full of magic, orcs, and dragons. After being assembled by Amanda Waller, the Suicide Squad is sent on a mission through a portal in an alternate universe, a classic isekai realm.
We all got dropped into the Lord of the Rings.
With bombs implanted in their necks, there's no turning back or running away from the dangerous, mystical world they now inhabit. Here, the Suicide Squad must terraform an unknown medieval landscape where swords and sorcery dominate, battling monstrous enemies while figuring out how to survive, and maybe even thrive, in this strange new world. As they take on missions from local royalty, including a princess who bears an uncanny resemblance to Harley, the stakes rise with every battle, and the team must use all their chaotic talents to stay alive. Of course, with the gang involved, chaos is always guaranteed. Number 2. Wistoria, Wand and Sword. Sometimes fate deals you an awful card. For Will Surfort, that couldn't be truer. In a world where magic reigns supreme, Will enters Regarden Magic Academy with the dream of becoming a powerful sorcerer, specifically a Magiavander, the elite magicians who protect the realm. But here's the catch. Will can't use magic at all. His classmates and teachers constantly dismiss him for this, leaving him to fight dungeon monsters just to earn credits and stay afloat. Despite the odds stacked against him, Will's determination never falters. Instead of relying on a wand, he takes up a sword and forges his own path, proving that you don't need magic to be a hero. As he trains and battles his way through the academy, he builds friendships with others who recognize his strength, even when the magical world around them does not. But is that all there is to it, or does Will hold some sort of secret power? Only time and some desperation will tell. Number 1. Don to Don.
Hell yeah! I totally got this!
What if your delusions turned into reality, but not in a way you wanted? That's exactly what happens to high schoolers Momo Ayase and Ken Takakura. After a heated debate about the existence of ghosts and aliens, Momo believes in ghosts, while Ken is a firm believer in aliens. They challenge each other to prove who's right. They visit locations tied to both phenomena, only to discover that both ghosts and aliens are terrifyingly real.
Right. I'll go the other way.
Their worlds spiral out of control as Momo gains telekinetic abilities and Ken develops the power to transform into a demon-like alter ego. Together, they are thrust into bizarre and dangerous situations, dealing with paranormal entities and extraterrestrial threats that wreak havoc on their lives. What starts as a clash of beliefs quickly turns into an adventure filled with supernatural battles, strange powers, and chaotic encounters.
Damn, I dodged without even thinking.